You know, I watched this and I backed it up, and I was gonna watch it again, and it just frustrates me. Okay, and it's not Carol. It has nothing to do with Carol. Carol's a good person. I really like her. Okay, a lot of what Carol says. I mean, I'm sorry, but when I look at Carol and the way she presents her videos, what she talks about, and how she feels, just reminds me of myself. She's so much alike me when it comes to the way she feels about our evil system, our evil world, what's going on in the world. There's so much, but anyhow, let's not go there because that's a way off topic. The reason I'm doing a reply towards this video is right here. Supreme Court rules corruption is legal. Okay, and we're talking about all the money used for when they vote, blah, 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 and all this stuff. Now they can up to this much money to vote. Well, for one, voting nothing but a rigged scam to begin with, okay? And anybody that thinks that they vote people into fucking into position and like president, what have you, you're wrong. You don't vote them. And why would you want to vote anyhow when you have no say so whoever's running? See, the people that are running are placed before you. You know, and then you pick between the ones they show you and say these people are running. They say, who's they? The powers to be. They pick your candidates for you. And they say vote between this person and this person. That would be like, let's see, John Wayne Gacy, Charles Manson, Ted Bundy. Yeah, there's your candidates this year, people. Okay, you got to pick out which one you want. Do you want John Wayne Gacy president, Ted Bundy, or Charles Manson? Take your pick. See, this is when, you know, I'm sounding ridiculous here, but this is really what's going on. Right in your face. This is really what's going on. As far as the Supreme Court ruling corruption is legal, why would not a criminal cartel rule that being criminals is legal? Do you think a criminal cartel, a syndicate, a mafia, a mob, gangsters are going to rule saying that corruption isn't legal? No way. A bunch of criminals, I mean, you know, the court system is nothing but a criminal cartel. Our entire legal system's a criminal cartel. It's nothing but a bunch of criminals. Calling other people criminals and prosecuting people on rules they make up, the criminals make up themselves. And they'll call you a criminal and lock you up while they're the biggest criminals out there. But you know, I've screamed this for so long at people and tried to tell them. Nobody gets it. Nobody gets it. It doesn't matter how many times I've said this. That our justice system is nothing but a criminal cartel. I've said it 1,000 times, but it don't do any good to say it because nobody hears it. 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 Oh yeah, I heard it. 6 months later, huh? What was you talking about back then? That's how well you heard it, yep. So then they're like, oh, this is unbelievable. How could our Supreme Court rule something like this? The corruption is legal. No, what's unbelievable is how long I've been screaming this stuff and how nobody gets it. How it's still way above your IQ. And people come along and just now going, oh, really? I didn't know that. I mean, it's so in your face. Come on. We live in a country that has more prisons than anywhere else on the face of this freaking earth. Than any other country. We have more people locked up in this country than any other country in the land of the free. Because, well, it's because we have more criminals. We have so many laws. This is how you enslave a nation. I've said this before, but see, it's over your IQ. It's above your IQ again. What do you think? We have so many laws. So that there's no such thing as a law-abiding citizen. How do we guarantee that? We make so many laws that there's no such thing as law-abiding citizens, and then if you break one of them laws that you didn't know was a law, you'd never done it if you knew it was against the law, because you're a law-abiding citizen. Then they'll tell you, well, ignorance of the law is not a problem. You should educate yourself to the law. Okay? Then you go to educate yourself to the law, and you find out it's wrote in legalese. That's right, in legalese, the whole foreign tongue. You'd have to pay buku money and go to attorney schools, go to college to learn how to fucking understand and read legalese. Or you gotta go pay an attorney to read the legalese for you so you can know what that law is. See, that right there is all a criminal system. That is a criminal system all the way. Let me tell you the truth here. The truth is this. If you're not taught a law, told what a law is, or taught it, you cannot be held accountable for it, to uphold it. If you write a law in a language that nobody can understand, knowing that they ain't going to be able to understand it, then you can't hold them accountable to uphold it. You can't tell them it's, well, ignorance of law is not a problem. It is your problem. Because nobody, and I mean nobody, is accountable to uphold any law in this country right now because we have a bunch of criminals at the top that do whatever they want. And when one person is above the laws of the land, then everybody's above them. Then there is no laws. You live in a lawless land. I've said this a billion times, but you just don't get it, do you? You think it's all right for somebody to make a law, to make so many laws that you couldn't be honest, you couldn't even not live your life without breaking one of them. I'll guarantee you, everybody out here, everybody, and I ain't giving no exceptions, everybody has broken a law at one time or another. And the majority of you law-abiding citizens who says, I have not, and I never will, you're fooling yourselves. You're lying to yourselves. I'll guarantee you, if you could study all the laws that's been wrote, you'd find out you have broke one. That's right. Of course, you didn't know you was breaking one or you'd never done it. Because that's how many laws have been wrote. It's not an accident that we pass a list full of new laws every year. Yeah, no lie. Every year, there's a whole list of new laws come out. New laws come out every single year, year after year after year after year after year. There's so many laws that you couldn't memorize them all if you tried. There's so many laws you wouldn't even know you broke one if you broke one, and that's why you enslave a nation. I've said this before. It's deliberately done to enslave you. And then, of course, the ignorance of people. Well, you gotta uphold the law. But nah, if you're not taught the law, you cannot be accountable to uphold the law. If you're not told about the law and taught what the law is, you cannot be held accountable to uphold it. They say, nope, that's not our problem. We don't teach you. You got to go look it up. And they wrote it in legalese. No. That's manipulation. That's complete criminal behavior. What do you expect a criminal cartel court system to do? The justice system is not a justice system. It's the mafia system. It's a syndicate system. It's the Crips, the Bloods. It's nothing but criminals. You know, when I had the two feds at my door, I told the one fed, he was probably my own age, straight to his face. I says to him, you know our court system is nothing but a criminal cartel. And if you stood there when I said this to this fed and seen the acknowledgement that happened, you would be beside yourself not believing what you heard him say. He acknowledged it with no hesitation immediately. Immediately he acknowledged it with no hesitation. No pause, no nothing. He says, you don't have to tell me. That's correct, because he knows it is. And anybody with a lick of common sense knows it is. See, so there ain't nothing here that don't surprise me. As far as the dollar amount on voting goes, well, why not? They're picking out your candidates for you anyhow. As I said earlier, if we was at the top, picked the candidates for the people, I picked out Charles Manson, Ted Bundy, and John Wayne Gacy. And all you people got to do is pick out which one of the criminals you want to vote for. Well, I don't care which one you vote for. I got them all in my back pocket. They're all controlled. They're all criminals. They're all on my side. I'm a criminal, see? I know criminals like me. And then you want to be surprised, huh? Then you want to be surprised about stuff like this. This is why I get to the point where I just almost don't care if I make videos anymore. You know, I've spent the last, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And I keep repeating myself and trying to show people and repeating myself and trying to show people and repeating myself and trying to show people, and nobody gets it. They just don't get it. And then I see them come up and they'll make videos or they'll say this or they'll say that I've already said 1,000 times. 1,000 times over. And they'll be all surprised about the way things are going. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, people. I really don't know what to tell you. When you get your ignorance out of your, you know what, excuse my language. When you can stop being ignorant and start actually listening. I was never kidding when I said we're in a lawless land. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can be held accountable. I mean, we almost need to have everybody strapping on 6-shooters right now. And just back to the Western days, freestyle, do whatever you damn well want. That's almost what needs to go on right now. Why? Because there is no laws. Because we allow a criminal cartel system to run us. We allow a bunch of criminals to run us. And these very same criminals want to call you a criminal and lock you up while they're the biggest criminals of all and not be locked up themselves. So you wear a 6-shooter when they come to round you up for breaking a rule that they made up out of their anal, that they never taught you. And guns are slinging and bullets are flying and people are dying, and what the hell? Excuse my language, but you know, ignorance is ignorance. Ignorance kills. Stupidity and dumbness kills, and cowardness kills. And we live in a land of cowards, and I hate to say it, but we do. Of total cowards. I've said it for so long, I cannot, you know. This is what, you know, it's just like the other day. Come on. I got flagged and striked and a point against my channel and booted out of my channel for 2 weeks based on a lie that they reached up their anal and made up. YouTube reached up its anal, made up a complete, utter, bold-faced lie, says they viewed a video that was viewed, that was flagged, and determined that it had nudity and sexual content in it when it had no such thing in it. A complete, bold-faced lie. Just to attack me with their lie. So, see, I booted out of a channel. I got another strike against me, all based on a freaking made-up lie by YouTube. And then I see people like Pink surprised about the views, and other people underneath their video, oh, about my views are only this, about my views are only this, and my views are only this. And I've been calling that for the last 3 years, too. But nobody listens, did they? It's been happening to me for 3, 4 years straight. What's now just happening to a lot of people out there has been happening to me for the last 3 or 4 years. And I'm watching all these people, including Carol, going through this stuff and getting frustrated with it, but I've been going through it for the last 3 or 4 years. Nobody cared when I was going through it. Oh, that's right. Nobody believed I was going through it. That's right. They didn't believe me. Now it's happening to them. I'm supposed to believe them, right? You see how insane we are?